What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy BT, and today we're back again with the Fisker Ocean. But before we jump into today's video, we're going to take care of something that should have been there from stock, but that isn't there. So let's go ahead and take care of that first before we get into today's video. All right, so we've had the Fisker Ocean for a little bit here. The one thing I will say that I find interesting, only the tailgate glass is stained. The others are not. You can see right through them there. So we're gonna go ahead and get that fixed right now. All right, here we are back with the windows tinted. No more light colored windows. This is the way it should have looked from the factory from here on back. Not sure why they chose to do it this way. So we're good now, so let's keep it moving. All right, so now that we have that taken care of, everything is cured, it's looking good. Let's go in for a closer look at what a difference that made. All right, so here we are. We are here to talk about the Fisker Ocean. We're going to quickly kind of go through some of the features of this electric vehicle. This particular model that we're looking at here, this is the Ocean Extreme. So this is the higher level of the trims that is offered. But let's go ahead and get into the specs. All right, so this particular model comes with 360 miles of range, and it has what they call the hyper battery. Now the Ultra gets 350 with the same battery, and the Sport only gets 231 with the Touring range battery. So on this particular model, you're gonna get the dual motor all-wheel drive with rear disconnect. That is also offered on the Ultra, but on the Sport, you're only going to get motors up in the front. You're gonna get the single front wheel drive motor for the particular Sport model. Now on this particular vehicle, the charge time on the DC fast charger, we're looking at 34 minutes and 35 seconds, and that's from 10% to 80%. Now on this model here, you're going to get the solar sky roof, which allows you to charge the battery through solar, but with the Ultra and the Sport, you're not going to get that feature. With the Ultra, you're going to get what they're calling the open sky roof, and with the Sport, you're going to get the big sky roof. Now, what's pretty cool on the key fob here, they have what's called the California mode. So that's this button right here. If you push and hold down, once you activate that, it basically opens up all the windows. So if you notice, all the windows have been opened. What they're calling the doggy window, that is open. This is open, that's open, and your roof area is open. So that's pretty neat. And on the rear side, what's pretty cool with this model is you have a window here that also retracts, it goes down. So you're able to open this. And in the California mode, as you can see from the photos here from the site, the way that this is advertised is based off of that ocean lifestyle. So you can see where it got its name. We can put our boards in here. We can go surfing, all that good stuff inspired by California. And in reverse, to close it up, we're just gonna hold down that button like that. And just like that, all the windows will go back up and close. All right, so more on the battery. The battery capacity on this vehicle is 113 kilowatt hours with only 106.5 kilowatt hours that is usable. Now on this model, it comes with 22-inch wheels, so there are your 22s there. On the other models, you do have the option to get a 20-inch wheel, but the specs on the tires, these are a 255 45 by 22 with a 7.5 by 20 rim with a 40 offset. So the horsepower on this is going to be 468 horsepower, and if you're using boost, it's going to be 564. The torque is 696.4 Newton meters or 736.8 with boost, which makes the acceleration 4 seconds without boost and 3.7 seconds with boost. All right, so as we take a look around the vehicle, you can see, man, this thing is styled pretty nice. For the life of me, I cannot understand why this particular vehicle has struggled with sales, but as you know from the cars on my channel, it seems like everything that I'm interested in has had issues with sales, from the NSX to the Nissan Titan and them killing that, down to the Fisker that is now under bankruptcy. But needless to say, I am baffled at how such a well-designed vehicle could have such low sales and interest. So as you can see, here is the door that leads us to the charge port right there. So I've had this vehicle now for over a month, and I have not really had any issues from a satisfaction perspective. There's a camera right there. I mean, wow, this car just, I mean, it's a well-designed little SUV in an EV package. I just don't quite get it. So the one thing I will say from a manual perspective, it says that you're supposed to walk up to the car and the door handles will come out. Well, clearly that has not been programmed yet from a software perspective, so you do have to use the remote every time to unlock and lock the doors. But as you can see here, this is the design of those door handles, and it looks pretty slick. These do light up. So, I mean, I don't quite get it. And this right here, I think this has been the most fascinating part of it. Now, yeah, it's not like you're gonna get a ton of miles from the Solar, but the concept and the design is pretty cool in my opinion. All right, so from a design perspective, you cannot open this hood without removing this trim piece right here. So we're gonna cover that in a different video. But from a design perspective, moving on. So here we are inside of the Fisker Ocean. This little button right here, what it does is it controls the modes. So as I push the button here, you can see we go from Earth to Fun to Hyper. There are 3 modes, and all 3 of those modes are available on each one of the trims of the Fisker Ocean. Now, the audio system in this car is notated as the Fisker Pulse audio system powered by ELS Studio 3D. Now, in certain videos, I have heard that the sound quality is not that good. Well, I beg to differ. So the sound quality is not bad at all. So yeah, moving on to the next point. Now this feature is only available in the Extreme. So you've got this little button right here. When you push and hold it down, it will rotate the screen. Now this feature, again, is only available in the Extreme version. So the others just have the screen the long way. But in this, you are able to come into this section right here, and voila, there you have it. While you're waiting, you can pull up your favorite app and stream away. Now, the one thing I wish that they would allow from a software change is to allow you to drive this way. I do not see any hindrance with driving in this particular manner. Using the device as such, you should be able to use the screen in this way. But if you attempt to move the vehicle, it will actually flip the screen for you. So let's go ahead and demonstrate what that looks like right now. And as soon as you try to move, it flips it automatically back to the portrait position. So also pretty cool here, this thing has a digital rear view mirror. So all you do to activate that is to just pull it up like so. You can see, voila. Also, from a design perspective, what is nice about this is you have a dual wireless charger right here. That is genius. You've also got 2 cup holders here. When you open this up, there are a lot of mixed reviews, feelings about this little device right here. But I think it's pretty cool. If you've got your computer, you're on the go, you can whip this out, put your computer here. You're able to kind of rotate it as you need. You can type away. I think it's a simple little adder. Now, people are complaining about how much space is taken out of here, but I beg to differ. It's not that big of a deal. And why are you stuffing so much stuff in the center console of your car to begin with? And on the passenger side, this is what is here as well, a nice little tray table. Considering the fact that they did take away the traditional spot, again, this is a different new design. Down here, you have a little cubby right there. And there is one on both the passenger side and the driver's side, so you are still able to store things just in a different location. All right, up here you have some controls. You've got your hazards right there. You have the button to control the window in the rear. This is your California mode button. This is your sunroof button. your light controls here, rear light controls. This, you know, people have complained about the visor. I actually think it's fine. It's nice and tucked away. So for the mirror, you basically pull down from the top and there's your mirror. Now there are complaints that the mirror is small, but guess what? They actually put lights in here. You've got enough to see what you need to see in the mirror and get on your way. Frankly, you should be getting ready at home instead of depending on a mirror in the car to get ready. So really, what's the problem here? All right, so like your standard vehicles, you do have cruise control. There are some settings here. They're not quite active yet because, again, this is some software things that are supposed to be delivered in 2024, which we will cover shortly. But overall, this is it. It's a simple, nicely designed. Now, there have been complaints about like the plastic used here. I really don't see the problem. The design is simple, it's clean. Now, one thing I will say, these seats are pretty amazing. Again, I've been in this car now for over a month and I have not complained once about the seats. In the past, I bought an Audi A4 and from the first week, I complained about the seats from the time I bought the car till the time I got rid of the car. These seats are well designed and they are very comfortable. So what's the problem? All right, now for your heating and cooling settings, what's pretty cool about this is you can actually control the vents by literally just moving this right here. As I move that, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but the vents are actually moving in the direction that I put on the screen. I think that's slick. I think that's pretty cool. Now, it was different at first, but wow. There's nothing wrong with change. It's new, it's innovative. I don't really have any complaints about the way this is set up. What's also cool here is this little button here. Now, for some, this button is not working. It's currently locked. I'll show you how to fix that in a different video. But if we go ahead, we unlock that. Let me show you what that opens up for you. All right, so now we're in the back of the Fisker Ocean. And if you pull this down right here, boom, limo mode is activated. I can now sit, I can heat my seat if I would like. I can control the audio volume. I can change features within the heating system, the flow, all of that from right here. And even from a design perspective, if someone's sitting in the third row, look at how much space you get right here. You get a lot of space to stretch your feet out right there. And also pretty cool, back here the seats are very comfortable. I am standing at 5'11", so I'm sitting behind myself comfortably at 5'11", in my seat at 5'11", in the rear, and I don't really have any problems with comfortability and seat position. Now, what's also cool here is this button right here. It moves the seat for you. So you can either recline it or pull it forward to your heart's content. Now in the rear, you've got a camera here, and up underneath here, you can see that button right there. That is the button you push to activate your tailgate, or you can open it from the inside, or you can open it from the key fob. Now this is not the stock mats. These are not the stock mats. I will also cover this in a different video, but for the purpose of today, you've got that right there that you can use to cover up so that you have privacy in your trunk area. On the side here, you have one of these and one of these. All right, so here you are in the rear. So the first compartment, look at all that space right there. You've got a little pocket over here on that side, and we have another pocket on that side, but look at all the space you've got there. Now on the back section, you just pull this up here like so, and you get access to another compartment here. You got your tire pump pressure piece here. You've got whatever you want to store here in the back. I've got my hitch piece here. So plenty of space. well done. Everything is clean, it's neat, it's nicely designed. Look at that view from the back there. All right, also in the rear, because I do have the Extreme package here with towing, you just twist these guys right here, and then what we're gonna do, we're just gonna pull down, and that reveals your hitch already in there, looking good. We've got our connector right there. You put your stuff all right. It's just well thought of. It's well designed. So I can't quite understand from an interest perspective why this car didn't have more takers, more people interested. Maybe they just were unaware of what this vehicle had to offer. All right, so I want to show you this feature here. So you have cameras on every single portion here. We've got 5 cameras total, so we can go ahead and look at these various views right here from every camera. But check this out. When I push this button here, we've got a 360 view of the vehicle. I think that's pretty cool. Now I know this exists on other cars too, but yeah, it's pretty cool to see, you know, what technology is capable of doing with all of these cameras here. But yeah, that right there is a sweet deal. Okay, so another thing that I want to cover, when you're driving and you get in, if you hit the settings button and you hit driving, you can quickly come in here and change the regenerative braking on the vehicle. By default, when you get in, it's on high. What would be nice is if I select medium, it would save that setting for when I come back in. That, again, that's a software thing that can be changed. It is what it is. This one I find interesting, the boost setting here. If you turn on the boost and you use it, there's a counter. There it is. So 500 boost that you're allowed to do. Yeah, that just makes people want to like just try it just for the sake of it. It's like a kid, just like you tell them don't touch it, and they're gonna, all right, I'm gonna turn the boost off and I'm gonna launch this thing every single time. Not quite sure why that was designed that way, but it is what it is. So when it comes to operating the Fisker Ocean, you can see here you have a little lever on the right here. Up is reverse, and then down is neutral, down is drive, park is pushing this button. So we are currently in park. So when I go ahead and put my foot on the brake and go up, you notice here now we are in reverse. Now if I go down, we are now in drive. That's a hard push down. If I do a light tap down, that is neutral. So up, reverse, down hard, drive, light tap, neutral, up, reverse, light tap, neutral, and so on and so forth. And when you want to park, you push that button right there and you are in park. So when you're in park and you want to move, you go ahead and you can go ahead and go into reverse, but just also remember here, push that park release button there, release that park brake. Now we're backing up. We're gonna go down and now we're moving forward. Now while driving, if you happen to release your seatbelt, just know that the vehicle is going to go into park. That did happen to me when I first got it. I was looking in the back for something, hadn't realized it. I'm here pushing the gas, nothing's happening. You got to go into drive, but also don't forget, hit that park button and then we can move forward. All right, so I've got a paper here with a list from the trim level sheet here. I will pop it up on the screen so that you guys can see it. But just for the extreme, I'm just gonna run through this list right here. But the expected activation that's supposed to show up in 2024, we've got smart traction, snow and ice mode, power car, external power outlet, FI Pilot features including integrated drive assistant, which includes traffic jam assist, adaptive cruise control, lane centering control, front and rear cross traffic collision mitigation, door opening incident warning, front cross and rear cross traffic collision mitigation, emergency lane departure avoidance, evasive steering assist, lane change assist, park my car, and auto high beam. So there you have it. You can see the initial price of the Extreme was starting at $61,500. The Ultra was $52,999 and the Sport was $38,999. Now with the recent news of Fisker and the bankruptcy ordeal, the prices have dropped significantly. Overall in the EV world, prices are dropping regardless of what's happening with Fisker. But that's it for this video. If you have anything you would like me to cover on the Fisker Ocean, go ahead, drop it in the comments. I'll do my best to capture whatever it is I can to get you information. But overall, we're owning this vehicle, and despite the bankruptcy, we are here to find solutions for problems. It's your boy BT. Thank you for checking out this video, and I'll catch you guys as always on the next one.